So today is the 19th video in this series of 90 about recovery, and I was struggling a little bit about what to talk to you guys about, and I know we spoke a little bit about replacing our habits with our bad habits with good habits. So today what I decided to talk about is, we change in our playmates and our playgrounds, but you can't really change your family. And I know one thing that was frustrating when I was in recovery, for them and for me, was broken promises. For years as an addict, you've been dishonest to yourself mostly and to other people as well. And maybe you've told yourself 100 times that you're not going to have another drink, you're not going to come home drunk again, you won't get stoned, you won't have drug use in your parents' house, whatever it might be. It doesn't really matter what it is, but you've made that promise to yourself and you've broken it over and over again. And even though you know this time's different, they don't. Your family doesn't necessarily know that or even understand that. So the importance of being able to talk to someone else who's in the program and having a sponsor is huge, because that person's already been through what you're going through. Because a lot of people do get frustrated when they say, my husband, my wife, my mum, my dad, they don't understand this, they don't see any difference, or they're just waiting for me to make a mistake, or they've said, they've given up believing that I'm going to stay sober. And when you feel the people around you aren't supporting you, that can be a trigger for you going back and saying, excuse my French, you get the fuckets, and you decide to go back out using. So it's important to have that support system within the community, and a sponsor is huge. Even now, I phoned a friend back in England the other day, and I was telling him I was doing this, and he was like, we hadn't spoke for maybe 2 years. And I was telling him, I was sober and had been for 4 years, and his response was, "Oh, you haven't even just smoked a little joint?" And it's like, no, I'm completely sober. And to him, that doesn't compute. But to someone who's in the program, they understand what that means. And it's hard, because as much as I really love this person, and I do respect this person, there's a part of me that knows I have to move on, and I can't really go and hang out with that person again, because they live in a different world. And when I lived in the world of addiction, that seemed normal to me, because I was surrounded by everybody that was using, everybody that was gambling, everyone that was drinking. And so to me and to us, it wasn't unusual for someone to drink until they got sick or not remember things the next day. It wasn't until I got into recovery that I began to realize, this wasn't normal behavior. If you asked 10 people on the street, you maybe would have one person who thought drinking till you didn't even remember what happened was okay. But to us, that was the norm. So you skew your norms, you skew what your world is like when you're in active addiction. And then when you get into the recovery community and start to live a different way, that's when you start to realize how screwed up some of the things that you thought were normal really aren't normal. So I know I rambled a little bit today, guys, but make sure you have someone in the community that's supporting you, that you can reach out to when you're having a bad day, because the chances are the thoughts that you've had or the things that you're going through, they're going to have already been through, and they can help you through and make sure you get through another day sober, or another day without drugs, or another day without gambling, or without whatever your vice is. It doesn't matter, but having that person to help support you is hugely important. And just don't let people around you, your old friends and your family, either give up on you because you've broken promises so many times. It's going to take some time when you're in recovery for people around you to gain their trust again. But don't let that be a reason. Don't let anyone else be a reason for you failing, because you have the power to do this. You can choose to do this. No one can make you fail. The only person that can make you fail at this is you. So don't fail, guys. Keep staying sober, and have a buddy out there that can help you and understand what you're going through. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.